Hi, my name is Iyasu Tesfaye. I'm currently in my last year, senior year at Binghamton University. My major is psychology, and with this internship, I'm hoping to satisfy the remaining 6 credits that I have left in order to graduate. So this semester, I'm interning with the Office of Children and Family Services. And for those of you who don't know, the Office of Children and Family Services, or for short OCFS, serves New York's public by promoting the safety, permanency, well-being of children, families, and the communities. Within OCFS, there is the Division of Juvenile Justice and Opportunities for Youth. For short, we call it DJ-JOY. And within this division, it's pretty much responsible for the supervision and treatment of court-placed youth, while also supporting and monitoring facility-based operations and programs. So specifically, I'm interning at the Red Hook Residential Center, which is considered a non-secure residential facility. It provides a non-secure level of placement for youth adjudicated as juvenile delinquents for any crimes they may have committed. Youth in non-secure residential centers require removal from the community, but do not require the more restrictive setting that a secure facility or a jail would have. Now, Red Hook Residential Center is one of 12 residential facilities and treatment programs that the Division of Juvenile Justice and Opportunities for Youth is responsible for. Now, the youth served at Red Hook Residential Center are adjudicated males, generally between the ages of 12 and 18, who have been placed with OCFS, Office of Children and Family Services, by the New York State Family Courts. In addition to a focus on trauma-informed care, Red Hook Residential Center specifically is known throughout the state for the ability to work effectively with gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning youth. Services provided in this facility include education, employment training, recreation, counseling, and medical and mental health services. Now, my main tasks, the first and most important aspect of my role as an intern here is to learn how the different models and forms of therapy are used with the youth who have been placed in our juvenile detention facility. Here at Red Hook Residential Center, it is the mission to offer trauma-informed care for the youth, guided by the principles of DBT, which is dialectical behavior therapy, the sanctuary model, and the New York model. So my specific task will be centered around developing a strong understanding of how these therapeutic models work and how they are implemented in the daily program of the facility. I would like to provide a brief description of what the sanctuary model is and how DBT and the New York model are used in this facility. So for those of you who haven't heard of the sanctuary model, it represents a theory-based, trauma-informed, trauma-responsive, evidence-supported, and whole culture approach that has a clear and structured methodology for creating or changing an organizational culture. So it is my task to gain a thorough understanding of the sanctuary model of trauma-informed care. In response to the many effects of trauma on the youth and families served by OCFS, the sanctuary model is to form the basis for a healthy and therapeutic environment in all of the programs. Sanctuary helps by increasing the understanding of, sensitivity to, and responsiveness to trauma in the life histories of all of the youth in the facility and their families. By understanding the links between previous trauma and current emotions and behaviors, all of the members of the community will become aware of and responsive to those among us who struggle to resolve issues related to trauma. In short, the sanctuary model is used to create a psychological, physical, emotional, spiritual, and moral safety that all people need to do well in order to heal properly. So specifically, now we can transition to the other therapy that is used here, which is DBT. That is a skills-based therapy which engages youth in treatment through the use of well-known behavioral principles. DBT looks both at the skills a person currently has and also whether they use them or not, and also identifies the skills a person lacks but will need to be successful. DBT then teaches the missing skills and reinforces or strengthens the use of the skills that help the person to be successful in all sorts of situations. DBT is based on the fundamental principles of behaviorism, reinforcement, punishment, extension, validation, coaching, and behavior chain analysis. It is one of my goals to gain a better understanding of how these principles play a part in therapy. And lastly, the New York model developed by OCFS, including its concepts and components, can introduce some new ways of thinking about how we work with young people in facilities throughout New York State. Critical to the New York model are the beliefs and assumptions that underlie the model itself. There are 12 beliefs and assumptions that reflect the integration and interaction of the two models I just previously mentioned, which were the Sanctuary model and DBT, which helped create the New York model. It is my goal to understand what these 12 beliefs and assumptions are and how they are used in treatment for the youth. And lastly, the second thing I would like to gain from this experience is, how to become an effective therapist who practices trauma-informed and trauma-responsive care. And I like to do this by gaining a better understanding of trauma, what it is, and its effects on adolescent development. I hope to gain valuable experience by working with the youth directly, as well as the clinical support team here at Red Hook Residential Center, which is, which includes psychologists, psychiatrists, mental health counselors, social workers, teachers, and case managers. And it's my goal once I graduate to further my education, get my master's degree. So this would be a great opportunity to learn a lot. Thank you.